Hello, everybody. Welcome to Survivor with Jay, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Jay.
My name is Colleen.
If I get voted out, don't ever talk to me again.
Okay.
She
didn't care the next.
I need to approach this. I can't be upset. I can't be mad when I talk to Tony.
But to be fair, now look, I'm no Sarah fan, but to be fair, Tony can probably be very infuriating. So I can see after hours of arguing him on the same night.
She was 100% right, but she was right to say I can't go in there being angry.
It probably did come to a certain point where she was just like, F it, you're dead to me. I don't want to see you again. I don't want to talk to you again.
But you know what? By the next morning, everybody did kind of let bygones be bygones, except for Jeremy and Ben, who for some reason, Ben just does not like Tony. I'm sorry, Jeremy. Okay, there's a lot to break down from this episode, but I feel like I need to start at the very end, which was, I'm going to say it right now, it was super, super annoying. All the whispering, I didn't like it. Like, I was on Team Denise. Like, by the time that Denise was like, I'm ready to vote, like, we can't like get it together like before we come to tribal. I was kind of agreed with her. Like, I was annoyed too.
I think they should pass a rule you can't get up from your seat.
Right now, who knows how much talking Tony did? His strategy seems to be to, don't give anybody the chance to like cross-verify. Just tell him at the very end, and it's working for him because my God, he pulled that vote around. But like, come on, I thought it was annoying. I didn't like it. Jay, you thought differently.
That was fun.
I
didn't mind.
I don't know.
But I don't have like a following on Twitter for like my Survivor thoughts, so I don't.
Neither do I. Come on.
It doesn't like, I don't know, change my life or anything.
I lied to you, but I don't have a following.
I thought it was fine. I don't know. I thought it was fun.
I thought it was.
I think anything that's chaotic and they're trying to put it together at the last minute, I think is good TV.
I don't know. I thought it was annoying.
Tony being Tony's good TV, so more of Tony's just good TV, and Tony playing well is good TV as well. So
that's true.
And somehow winning 3 challenges in a row.
So I was talking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jack.
Can we say that anyone that gave Sandra crap for quitting, do we now give Kim, Michelle, and Nick the same crap because this late in the game you quit for peanut butter? You quit a challenge for peanut butter and it cost her. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I know this is your bit, so I want you to have. I've always been a big believer you don't quit the challenges, even if you have the numbers. But this late in the game, you quit for peanut butter, a cookie, and what was the other stuff? Chocolate. It was chocolate and other stuff.
Exactly what Ben wished for 10 minutes earlier. By the way, Jeff Probst definitely was not there for this challenge today. Like, he started it with the first time we did it was season 3 where it was 9 hours long, and then we made it harder and it was shorter, and now we've made it even harder so it could be even shorter than 9 hours. Like, Probst was like, I got to get in, I got to get out. I have. Have
you seen my skin? I can't be in the sun any longer.
Sun. I've got happy hour cocktails,
my dimples are
2
burnt.
p.m. our time.
I think it's. I know this is your thing, Jack.
That you
hate on people that quit. I've been doing this with you long enough, over a decade. But I will say that if
Nick got a whole token for it.
Nick got a token, and he got to eat. But if they know that they're going to fall any second, might as well get some nourishment, which is going to help your play. That's what I say. And so I know
I don't quit.
I know, but that's easy for you to say because you're not up there. It's very armchair quarterback. And I think,
to be fair, I wouldn't be good at that challenge anyway because I have 2 bad arms. So it's like, what am I going to? But still, I wouldn't quit.
My debate for you, probably being able to do well, is that you can't feel it anyway. So just
Oh, that's true. No, again,
put on your panties, Jack, and just suck it up. That's what I would say.
If it's early in the game, okay, but this late in the game, that decision was a $2 million decision for Kim.
I don't think she was going to win anyway.
Well, you don't know.
Can we just be honest? I think Kim was doing what she could. She was playing from behind the whole game.
Yeah. They iced her from the beginning.
Yep. And so, like, was going out like that not great? But again, I think if you're looking at I'm going to fall off any second,
I might as well get some nourishment out of it. And I know the optics don't look great.
Oh, the way that Nick did it?
I think they all said they were going to fall, so they were like, might as well get food. And I think, all of them thought they had a pretty good plan. Their fault in that plan was, looping Ben in. Like how many... I mean, I know they'll probably all see it after the facts. Maybe they're just not seeing it on the island. But god dang, like every time there's anything and Ben's involved, like, whew, he's gone and telling somebody so fast.
Ben has the biggest gossipy mouth of anybody out there, right? Like, we thought that Tony was like a chaos agent. Ben is a chaos agent, but he's not even trying to be.
Yeah, Ben's not even, he's not driving anything. He's just like, and like...
Like, it's not a great look for Ben. I'm going to go ahead and call right now that there is 0% chance. Ben, 0% chance of winning the game.
I will say this, though. He needs to learn how to lie like Nick.
No, looking straight up.
Hold on.
Let me try to remember that conversation.
Okay, listen, liars out there. I don't promote lying. I think lying is terrible. But here's the thing: if you need to lie in any situation, even if it's for $2 million, the lying 101. Do not say, let me try to remember something that literally happened 6 hours earlier. Just don't do it. It's a bad look.
He was obviously caught off guard. But it reminds me of the Office episode where I think Dwight talks about like somebody like lying, and it's so they will look away or whatever, they'll look up and they'll say and then like Michael Scott does it like immediately. Yeah. Like that was this conversation where like Nick's literally looking to the ceiling that isn't there and stuttering and umming. So not a great play on Nick's part, which I felt like this whole play last week, Nick was in a better position, right? Because he's not, making any changes or anything. But that I think maybe lost his trust with Tony a little bit. But hey, he got a token out of it. So
he got a whole token that he'll get to give away to somebody else, give back to Tony when he gets voted out next week.
Colleen, hot take. But I will say, Colleen, our survivorologist, editologist, you saw it coming for Big K today.
I did early on because there was so much talk. We got to get Tony out. And Kim was like such the focus. I was like, SHIT. This, I was like, sugar honey iced tea. This is the time in which Kim is probably going to go. And I put it on Twitter. So there was a timestamp of my prediction. And I was very upset because I really was hoping that Kim would be, at least finale episode. Because I love Kim and I wanted her to go far.
I think someone last week picked Kim to go this week.
Did you? Did I pick Kim? No, you picked Kim. Did I pick Jeremy? No, I picked Tony. No, who did I pick? Well, we'll find out later. But there was just so much going on.
Again, that's why she should have sucked it up as long as she could.
Actually, nope. Jack, you went for Ben. I picked Kim. Sorry.
Really?
No way. Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say I had Kim. You had me.
See, that's how you lie to somebody, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what? I'm not talking to you ever again. You're my Jeremy. I'm Ben and you're my Jeremy.
But I thought Tony had a point. Like, Tony had a point. It's like, okay, let's, have the cops, the firefighters, and the, military soldier. Like, let's stick together. And Ben's like, nope. F them.
Yeah, public servant alliance.
Yeah,
I want you all.
Public servant alliance. Just like, nope.
Ben has to realize too that he's playing for $2 million. Well,
I think Jeremy was right when he called him like a baby. Yeah. Yes, you suck it up. You might not like everybody. Like, do you think that anybody really liked Tony the first time around? No, they didn't. He was a crazy person, but they for some reason sucked it up and kept going. Like,
you can't let people.
Okay,
know
that's
that
terrible.
You don't
actually,
like them in
because
this game.
okay, that was a bad take. Because Jeremy's whole thing is he annoys me and I want him out because he's going to win and they should have just turned the first time. So everyone just forget what I just said. That was awful take. Just saying Ben should have grown up and realized that sometimes you need to see the forest for the trees. Okay.
Well, unfortunately for Ben, the first time he won because he kept getting the idols.
Yeah.
So
producers kept giving him the idols and then changed the way the game ended.
Yes, they were like, we're going to do this
and he had a great
challenge.
story. So
a fantastic story.
Ben did, right?
I don't think he knows how to play. Like we said earlier, he goes and tells everybody everything.
Yeah.
He again, I could hate your guts, but you're not going to know that when I'm out there playing.
Yeah,
you're not going to know it.
At any point, you might need that person to go with you. So why burn a bridge?
They might be a member of the jury.
Yes, thank you for saying eloquently what I meant to say before.
I mean, there's no way Jeremy votes for Ben at this point if he's on the jury. There's no way.
Right?
And Jeremy has good relations with a lot of those people, and he's going to be saying, "Oh, F Ben," blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
he was a little baby, he didn't want to play, and he kept blabbing his mouth to everybody, and Rob and all of them who have all had to deal with Ben's shenanigans too are going to say the same thing. Rob, Adam.
Adam, right. If Ben makes it to the end and he manages to squeak out a win, it will be squeaking out a win because he's driven so many people crazy.
He doesn't win.
I don't think he can win.
Yeah, well, obviously the edit that we're seeing of Ben, he is definitely not going to win.
As good as his story was the first time.
But they were like, here's an idol under your pillow, Ben. Figure out how to retrieve it from under your pillow where the tooth fairy left it before you go to tribal. He did find an idol,
and he tried to hide it from Tony.
Oh my god, that was also the dumbest thing. Like, I get the reflex.
I can see that just being a reflex. I can see it being a reflex.
But you were there with Tony, who's gonna make a big ass deal of it, right?
All right. Well, Tony might have had the best single game performance in the history of Survivor last week. Yeah. He follows it up with not as good of a performance, but he's still in the driver's seat. As Rob calls him, he's the boss.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. He's now coming across to the jury as the boss. And you know that the ones that knew about them whoever Parvati and Natalie told last week about sending over the extortion advantage thing. And then, they're seeing Tony possibly change the votes live at Tribal Council.
Do you think it happened live, or
don't know?
Do you think it was kind of set before? Because
I don't know. I will say though,
there was a lot in the subtitles. It didn't seem like it was being changed to Kim. That's why I was just like, Jeremy, how do you not flip the damn coin?
But you know something? Tony was so sure, and that reminds me of Natalie's move when she cemented her win, where she was like, Jacqueline, did you vote for who I told you to vote for? And got Missy. I'm sorry, not Missy. The other one, the daughter. What was Missy's daughter's name?
I don't remember.
I'll just show up her. So, when she got Taylor, was that her name? Taylor. I don't know, something like that. But when she got her out, and she did that in front of the jury, and that was kind of like a plop down move kind of thing. A
big D energy is.
Yes, and that's what Tony kind of had tonight again. And I know the idol around his neck pretty much did that. So. Gave him that energy. I would be very interested to see what would happen when Tony does not have the immunity idol around his neck. Does that because he can play fearlessly now. He can play his Tony game. But
not
can
only that, but then
he
he cemented his relationship with Sarah by saying, "I'll play the idol for you. Me to play it for you." And she's like, "No, I'm good."
But she was good because Kim let out this big smirk when Tony said he would play it for Sarah. And kudos to Sarah for looking at her. And I wonder if they orchestrated that. And
to kind of flesh out to see
who it was, to see if there was a tell. And she did. She did. She had a huge tell.
Yeah.
And Sarah looked directly at her when Tony said it. So I wonder if part of their whispering was to set that up or not. And who knows? But Sarah could have just picked up on it because she is very perceptive, as we've seen from all of her other.
Her gameplay is just really good people skills, which is.
Well, she's a cop. Of course, she's got good people skills. So,
or being able to read people.
Being able to read people, rather. So she's probably honed those. But yeah, so that and I would say that Kim's tell is probably one of the reasons why they didn't flush. They didn't play the idol, and Jeremy didn't have to play. The
almost looked like a mistake in the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I know. When Tony was like literally holding him down, he was like, "I got this, bro. I got this." I was like, "I don't think you got this."
So, Tony's still on a roll. Jack, did you say it or Colleen, did you say it? Like, what's it like when he doesn't have the immunity?
I did. Okay. What is it like when he doesn't have that he can't play he can't play such an open
crazy.
Tony
game?
He
still has a hidden immunity idol, which everyone knows about now. So he has an extra one if he doesn't win.
And he's rolling in the challenges right now.
Which is crazy.
It was crazy.
What is he? Is this like? Is he playing a long con on us? Was he like crappy his first go around to like keep this in his back pocket?
Well, right? he said in the beginning, and he said last week that his wife said, "You cannot be you. You have to chill the F out." I know,
in all fairness to Tony's wife, and I appreciate what Tony's wife goes through every single day. Like, I really get it. As someone that lives
with a crazy person,
he's hiding under the bed. He's in the chandelier.
As someone that is
doing something.
Has been married to someone for 9 years that is also a
high energy person from the metro,
a tri-state Italian person.
Tony is my people. I'm not going to lie.
Tony is Colleen's people. So all I'm saying is, Tony's wife, I feel you.
Tony is everyone I've ever been related to.
I totally saw that. There's a few of your family that I just see in Tony every day, including you. I see you. But
that's why we drink wine, to tone it down.
It doesn't. It doesn't tone it down.
It definitely 100% does it.
You guys think it does. It's not. Italian dinner start at like 2 p.m. and
7 bottles of wine later. Yeah, a bottle of wine.
It's an Italian liquid dinner, right?
Yeah.
Well, no. There's plenty of food.
There's like 17 courses, 75 bottles of wine. There's coffee breaks in it.
This is true. There are coffee breaks.
Everybody separates out. It's much like a tribal. Maybe that's why you hate the tribal so much tonight.
It is true.
Because all of the Italian families go and like talk each other in different corners during these little coffee breaks or these little moments to get away from the dinner table.
That's because we get mad at the people that tell us to drink less.
So exactly,
or we argue about politics and then we get mad at the people that
side conversations going. Yeah,
that aren't on the same political.
I hated this tribal today, Colleen. It all makes so much sense now.
I know. That's why I grabbed a glass of wine at the very end of it.
Yeah, it had flashbacks for you. It just like brought you.
I was like, something is missing while watching this. This doesn't feel very cozy.
And at least I see now why Tony, this is his play. Because again, it's just a typical Sunday Italian family dinner. Anyways. Yeah. Just think, if anybody has seen Blue Bloods, it's a great show.
I love Blue Bloods because it reminds me of my family.
Just think if you had a table full of Danny Reagans.
Yes. With the occasional Frank Reagan and Grandpa Reagan there just because.
Oh, Grandpa's still alive in the show?
I don't know. I haven't watched it in a season. I've got to catch up. But last I watched,
are the kids still on the show?
No, they're all in like college now. I haven't watched it in like 2 seasons. But yeah,
Danny's wife died though.
She died. Randomly. She left the show. It was very random. It was like you found out at the very end of like a premiere. You were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Linda's dead." Like, what?
She left.
I've missed like the last 3 seasons. I kind of just got. I couldn't do it anymore.
Well, they're
it's
all the
same damn episode every time. Anyway, sorry to go on this tangent here. All I'm saying is Tony's wife. I feel you. I got your back. But you have to realize also Tony's just going to keep beating Tony. But he's playing his best Tony. He's playing his best Tony.
I think it's his game to lose. I mean...
Well, at this point,
now
he's so in control. There's no way they keep him around, right?
Well, unless they need him as a shield. Like, I think Jeremy is a pretty loyal player. So I think Jeremy...
the heat is so much on Jeremy. He needs Tony around a little bit longer. Yeah.
I think Sarah needs to keep Tony around as a number. So I think Tony is somewhat protected by his alliance. But Michelle, I think once...
Well, as long as he has Ben in his alliance, he'll hear anybody trying to come after him immediately.
Yeah, that's right. As long as you keep Ben closer.
Well, Jeremy's been in trouble from day one.
He's been playing,
and he's still in the game. So kudos to him, I think.
Well, I think Tony's like loyalty to Jeremy as well, like keeping Jeremy in. I don't know if that is like a firefighter, like civil servant kind of respect thing between the two of them, but like he or just
when it comes down to it, you can have respect, but it's still $2 million.
Sure, yeah, it's still $2 million.
Absolutely, but if that's the angle he's playing, like he's trying to form the alliance, and there's probably a brotherhood there that there is a connection that he can
Ben in between.
No. Jeremy and
Tony. Yes,
and Sarah, where they have this kind of like civil servant.
Possibly.
I don't know.
Does next week? Do we have the Edge of Extinction player coming back because it's 2 hours?
I would. Well, how many players are left?
No, there's
too many players left, right?
There's 7 left. Don't they come back at final 6?
They should come back now. They should have came back a while ago, but
They came back in Final 5 or 6 last time.
It was 5.
He came back at the finale. I know that, and finale is usually with the last 6 people.
But they might twist it or change it up.
Can we talk about the challenge on Edge of Extinction?
Yes, we should.
Because I'm watching Danny, and I don't even recognize her. I mean, she's lost a lot of weight. I mean, she looks. If I didn't know that was Danny. If they didn't keep saying it was Danny, I wouldn't know it was her.
Well, I mean, I think she knows her own body, and if she feels she can still play, she's going to hang in there, right?
I was just worried but she almost won today, but then she slipped and fell like Rob did.
Whew! The whole time, like Rob's really, I was like, "Oh, Rob, you're not in your 20s anymore, man. Take it easy."
Can I just say?
I know this have to do that.
This is terrible, but like the whole heroes, I finished doing the challenge thing that like Boston Rob got.
Mm-hmm.
That is just something that Survivor owes to Boston Rob to give him a hero's edit, like even at the end, because they could have easily cut 3 minutes out of that whole sequence and given us more time someplace else. But they were like, you know something? Rob didn't come in the final 6. Like if Rob had come in the final 6, we would not have heard about his broken elbow that needed a Band-Aid.
That's a compelling story.
No, it's not, because Danny fell and also got hurt, and we didn't have like a 10-minute thing about that. I'm just saying.
I get it now.
No, I'm not calling sexism. I'm calling Boston Robism.
No, I know. What I'm saying is...
he did write a book. I give him credit for finishing it, though.
Right, but like we didn't need to see this whole like big thing. Like Rob is such a great player that he finished it. Yes, so did the other like 7 people that didn't finish. Like I'm sure that they had their own issues too. No, they didn't.
He wasn't the last one. I think
he wasn't the last one, but
no, he was.
Yeah, everybody else stopped after everybody else stopped after the 6th person. But we didn't need to see that. We didn't need to see that Rob kept going, but we saw that because Survivor was like, and don't forget, everybody, we love Boston Rob so much. He's an idol that we kept that he kept going.
Well, tonight
we didn't need to see that extra few minutes. We could have.
Here, wait. Could it have been because you had 3 people quit the challenge?
No,
I mean, I know that. No. I know Jeff is big. I know Jeff's big on people not playing full and quitting. So,
to me, I think it's pretty simple. And I know, Colleen, New Yorkers hate people from Boston, so there's a lot of your prejudices are coming out in this episode. I get it, but I think
because they like beer in Boston, not wine.
They do. Right? They like beer in Boston, not wine.
I actually like beer better than wine. I barely drink wine, to be honest. I almost never drink
flashbacks.
Wine. No, I never do. We only had it because today is our anniversary, and we had wine with dinner. That's like the first time I've had wine in probably 3 weeks.
I did watch the Ben Affleck movie All the Way Back.
Oh, nice. The Way Back.
He is. What is it?
The Way Back.
Oh, The Way Back. Yeah, he had a few beers in that movie.
Anyways, back on focus here. Boston Rob's a really popular player, and people that are kind of not diehard fans.
So you're saying casuals? Continue.
Casuals,
like we kind of are nowadays.
That just like I like seeing Boston Rob. So like for all the old school players that probably people came back to watch this season that haven't watched it in a while, of course they're going to show. If there's a compelling thing that Rob did, they're going to show that, and that was compelling. I didn't think it was not compelling. He fell, cracked his elbow, and he kept going. Like I thought that was a good story.
Maybe he gets back in the game, and that cements him with the jury that he doesn't quit.
Yeah.
No.
And that gives him respect. That's why they showed it to us.
So he goes to the final 3 because he gets back in the game, and he's like, so the fire tokens that I didn't win to get here. I fell and I got a boo-boo on my elbow.
You're being really hard on Boston Rob.
I think hard on Boston Rob. It was just a very ridiculous.
I'm just saying if I'm there and I'm playing and I just did this challenge and I completed it and I watched him complete it when he didn't have to, I'm going to have some respect for him.
Yeah,
and it could go a long way if he got back in the game.
Yeah.
Me giving him my vote.
For himself. Like it was the same thing that I thought the Ethan thing was moving, where he kept going with the log challenge thing.
Right, and he didn't.
That
have
was
to do
compelling.
It.
Yeah, it was just like it's not about. To me, I don't even think it was maybe about gameplay. It's just like you're out there to prove something to yourself. It's like doing a marathon. It's like doing anything that takes like a extreme amount of physical exertion. And sometimes you want to challenge yourself, and you go for it. And I thought it was a compelling story. Like, I get it. There's some people that may be sick of Boston Rob. Same as me. Some people are sick of
Boston Rob.
I'm saying if Sandra would have done something like, oh, great, because you love Sandra, and you would love to see.
But the thing with Sandra is that Sandra is somebody who would fall and be like, "Yeah, I'm out, dog. I don't care about this."
Fine, but if there was something,
actually, Sandra wouldn't even have done it. She would have just sat on it.
Yeah,
exactly.
But what I'm saying is, if you are the big Sandra fan, right? And if they had something that she did that was compelling and you wanted to see it. So, like, I feel like you're being a little hard on Rob, which is fine. That's your prerogative. But
it's not my prerogative to be hard on Rob. I'm just saying that this was an unnecessary sequence that we don't need to.
I liked it.
Maybe they should have gave more credit to Natalie, because Natalie has been there from day one.
Woo.
And she's a beast. I mean, they even called it. She beasted that challenge. Like,
yeah.
She better be the one that gets back in, because that was awesome.
Because Tyson goes, she's lapped me.
Yeah, and there's almost this like it's like one of those things where you hope you better not kidnap Liam Neeson's daughter. You better hope that Natalie comes back into this game, because she will rip off your face.
And you know what? I'm here for it.
Like I said, she has. What has she been eating? She's
right?
still.
If she's the first, was the first person out and she gets back in, like, good for her. That is awesome. Good for her. Plus, I'm also a really big Natalie fan. So
yeah, me too. Love Natalie. love Natalie. But anyways, I like the Eggs of Extinction thing here. I know Colleen hated it.
No. I liked the Edge of Extinction. Like, I didn't mind that at all. I'm just pointing out that we didn't need to see the Boston Rob as a hero like thing again.
Who cares? So what? Who cares?
Why didn't we get an Ethan had cancer and ran up the thing?
Because we already had his times. We already did it once.
That's very true, actually.
We saw him like this. He goes, "I'm out of shape."
Yeah.
Adam. Oh my God!
We had the Adam thing, which was hilarious. And then like Wendell like does a backflip off the rock onto the other rock, and Adam's like, "Seriously?" And he's like sliding down the rock and like climbing.
Adam at one point was like, "Oh, I was so funny." I honestly I felt so bad for him. I was like, "Aw," but at the same time, we were also laughing. Like, Edge of Extinction Adam was really funny too.
You know, Adam was thinking, "Why did Sandra quit? That was the only person I could beat."
Not wrong.
All right, but anyway,
someone said the challenge with the arm thing was tough, and Ethan said, "Yeah, ours too."
Yeah. But anyway, what other things from this episode?
Yeah, let's go back to the I'm trying to think.
I mean, really, we've covered it
because we've covered so much of the Edge of Extinction stuff that who cares? I mean,
you brought it up. I was fine with it.
So Nick, Michelle, and Denise have a final 3 deal now. Do we think that is going to actually bring them to the final 3?
Nope. They were on the wrong side of the vote tonight, so.
But good for Michelle. First of all, I thought that my prediction, and I even tweeted this too, going into Tribal.
Oh, if you've tweeted it, then it's legit.
So we went in at like quarter of, and I was like, "Oh God, something's going to happen at Tribal because it's way too early to go in for like a easy, smooth vote."
But the way they do commercials now, though, in all fairness, like they do like 20 minutes of commercials in between. But
anyway, yes. But I was like, "Oh my God, is Kim going to go home because Michelle gave Jeremy her stupid, dumb,
Hey, she paid 4 fire tokens.
Fire token. Okay?
Does Jeremy give it back?
Flip a coin thing. I don't know.
He didn't use it. Says he give it back.
Nah.
That was also getting great, where Tony was just like, "Nope, no, put it away." And Jeremy believed him. Like, Jeremy wasn't even playing Jeremy's game at this point. He was like, "Okay."
Well, at this point, it's just like you gotta ride with Tony at that point, right?
No, you could still follow your gut if you feel like you're on the chopping block
But at that point,
coin.
like Tony's been right. Like Tony was right the last Tribal, right? So at this point, like there's no reason Jeremy shouldn't trust his gut because he's been right.
I would love to know who voted with Kim and who voted with Tony.
I think
we know Michelle did.
We know Michelle voted.
She voted with Kim.
Yep, it was.
I'm assuming Denise.
Yes, because she kind of she was over Jeremy.
Nick kept saying that he kept telling Kim he was going to vote. He was good with Jeremy vote, but he didn't.
Yeah, but Nick, come on.
Yeah. I'm gonna vote for Jeremy.
He's very Weasley on this show.
He's a lawyer.
That's true. Is he a prosecutor? Or not prosecutor. He's
a public defender.
He's a public defender. Okay,
we just.
I want him defending me.
But whatever.
This person did not do it.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
But he gave me a fire token, so I will take his peanut butter.
Oh, we're kidding you, Nick.
Yes, Nick,
definitely.
You're doing fine.
Just are we? Are we though? No, but okay. The just to circle back again and some finite the Ben Jeremy thing.
I don't know. I think Colleen's lying like Nick right now.
The Ben Jeremy thing was ridiculous.
We talked about that.
We talked about that, and they just like, you know.
Let's talk about Michelle's game here because you did mention it while we were watching it.
Okay, so Michelle playing both sides voted for Jeremy, but still gave him the fire token.
But that's what she's been doing for a while.
And that's the thing is we had this wonderful Michelle edit for the first half of the season, and then all of a sudden we see Michelle. She's making these great like.
But she's been on the wrong side of those
She's been on the wrong side of the vote, and we've seen her kind of as like a snake, right? Where she's saying that she's with one side, but then she's voting with the other side that she's not. Because she voted for Tyson.
I don't think it makes her a snake.
It does, though. Exactly. Well, she's doing what she has to do, but we're not seeing why.
Well, I think if she wants that final three thing, I think maybe she's trying to play.
But that's just it.
She's trying to get on the right side of the votes, and she hasn't been able to yet.
But we're not seeing that, which to me eliminates Michelle as being a winner.
I agree.
We're not seeing. We're not seeing. We saw her drive a lot of the votes early on, but we're not seeing her drive the votes anymore. We're seeing positive things. We're also seeing negative things. What did she say tonight? That it would take. Well, I wrote it down. So if you don't mind.
Did you tweet it, though?
I did not tweet it. She said something like...
If you don't tweet it, it doesn't count. You should be allowed to read it.
Yep, I agree.
Talking about Jeremy, like, as her family, and she said something, and I said to you out loud, Jay, I was like, oh, this isn't a good look for Michelle if
that's what I was mentioning
Kim ends up going.
Yeah.
And... Kim ended up going, and Michelle was on the wrong side of numbers. So we're not seeing like this. Oh, she's this player that knows what's up.
But Michelle was on the wrong side of the numbers, but she was right because she didn't want Jeremy to go home.
Yeah,
that's why she gave him the 50-50.
Yeah,
so I would say Michelle was on the right side of the vote today because the vote went how she wanted.
Yeah, I think she wanted to prove her loyalty to people, right? Yeah. So that she had strong alliances, and Jeremy still didn't go home because she loves Jeremy, right? I think there is a connection there.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to like break that. So I think for her, I don't think it necessarily means she doesn't have a chance to win. But to your point, Colleen, it's like she's.
It depends on who she. If she went with Nick and
Ben, then yes, she wins.
Ben, she would. Yeah, she could win because the jury even said something about how angry Ben was.
Yeah,
something like that. They could because he said something to Tony. Goes, just chill out, dude.
Well, again, if it's Ben, Nick, Michelle, it's Tony, Jeremy. Everybody's just like F Ben. Like there's no, and then Nick too. Like Nick's just a kind of a Weasley guy. It's not really been any way influential. He's just kind of going with the wind.
The only reason that I think that Ben might have been on the right side of the numbers tonight is that Ben actually. Tony like patted him on the knee, like, and I didn't know if I should interpret that as I'm sorry, but I warned you, I'm sorry, I told you.
Bend the knee.
Yeah, bend the knee. Or it was, I'm sorry, buddy, we'll get it next week. Like, so I couldn't tell if that was a bless your heart kind of like.
I didn't see it as a bless your heart. I didn't see it as a bless your heart.
Okay, so or a. Thanks, buddy, for doing this. We'll get it next time. Because Ben and Sarah had that moment, too, during Tribal where she was like, Tony says I don't need to do it. But I don't know if that means that Ben thought that they were still sticking with the Jeremy plan or if Ben thought that...
I just want to know, like, whatever convincing Tony did
to
Ben
something.
To get him to... So if Ben didn't vote for Jeremy, again, kudos to Tony because Ben, for all intents and purposes, seems like he's insanely against Jeremy.
He couldn't have voted for... Because we're assuming it was Michelle.
Kim. We did know.
Kim, well, we know Kim, we know
Denise.
Michelle, and we know Denise. Did we see Denise?
No.
So we just know Michelle and
Kim. Yeah, vote for herself.
But she's been voting. She's been voting with Kim
because the vote was 5-3, right?
Had to be.
No, it was.
Yeah, it was 5-3.
I guess we didn't see the other.
It was 5-3.
Yeah.
Unless Denise backstabbed Kim. and
but I don't
her
see
name
Denise
down. But
backstabbing
the way she acted to Jeremy, because Jeremy said, "You think you're safe today, but what about down the line?" I think he made a good point.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think that's what changed Denise's mind. I think Denise was just like
over no.
She was like, yeah, dude, shut the F up. I get it. Let's just get this over with. Like, come on now. Like, kudos to Denise. Like, I hope Denise wins. No,
she's not going to, but
like, I like Denise, and I like that she's playing so level-headed. But like, yeah, come on now. But that being said, I think that we can wrap this up with saying Tony and Jeremy, best Survivor power couple ever. Because I was here for it.
Yeah, I mean, I love, this is Tony's first season of gameplay, just like being able to kind of somehow vote against people, but then vote with people, and then just kind of like basically make things happen.
Well, he put out it could have really backfired the vote last week, because I think Sarah was right. Mm-hmm. You screwed us over, but it turned out he was able to get it all his way.
Well, that has to be like a lesson.
And that's what he did his first season, right? Like he kept, like he would get rid of.
But he had Trish this first season too, kind of.
But is Sarah that for him this season?
Is Sarah that,
Nick said, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't have quit the chat. I regret it now. Yeah, because the people that want to get Tony off were pissed that he quit, but they also quit. So
yeah.
Anyway."
But again, to me, I know, Jack, it's like, that's, if anybody quits, you're going to give them crap for it. But if I am there and I'm going to fall off any second, like, I'm going to take the whatever.
The peanut butter?
Give me the food. That's not...
Nail my feet to the...
well, that wasn't an option this time.
I'm not falling.
You couldn't nail your feet down, and you couldn't hold your arm up. And, yeah, I think it's just one of those things.
There's nothing that says you couldn't nail your feet down.
I'm gonna pass on that one. All right. Any other thoughts before we go to listener feedback?
No, I think I've said all that I could say.
Any other digs at Rob before we go, Colleen? Last chance.
Don't be a quitter.
It's not a dig at Rob. It's not a dig at Rob. It's a dig at the editors and the Survivor people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go put that on a loop, Rob's, and just watch it for hours.
Okay.
I can do that too.
Listen,
whenever you finish that loop, send it to me. I'm going to play it on my TV too.
Honestly, during these difficult times, we all need to find something that makes us happy to keep our mental health up, because mental health is very important during the pandemic where we're all sheltering in place. So if watching Boston Rob get a boo-boo on his elbow and drip blood down to his hand, and then stumble across some rocks makes you feel like you've got the eye of the tiger, then please, by all means, go for it.
It's not because getting hit on the elbow hurts.
Yeah.
It sure does. It sure does. That being said,
maybe not like getting hit in the shins.
But do we need to know about it? Because it's a very common occurrence. Did his elbow bone stick out? Did he have like...
Oh, he didn't break it, but it still hurts. I don't know why he couldn't keep going. It was just one coconut.
Thank you.
Uh-oh. Jack, don't turn to the dark side.
Listen to me. I have scars all over my legs from hiking and geocaching and whatnot, and that does not slow me down or stop me, and nobody is giving me a 3 extra minute tribute to how awesome I am.
Hold on. Here's the thing. Wait, hold on. Because
I agree. You do
come home with injuries all the time, but then I have to listen to like a 75-minute story about how it happened. For the Rob thing, I only had to watch a 3-minute video. If your injuries could be like that, that'd be great.
Oh, I can do that. I need my own life editor. Because, his video about his injury was probably much longer.
Oh, I'm sure. And then I was walking, and then this snake went on the road, and I got scared, and I jumped in this bush.
Listen, I came across a cottonmouth the other day, 2 weeks ago, under a bridge, and I'd never seen a cottonmouth in person before, and it was terrifying, and I screamed really loudly,
do
and it wasn't great.
Snakes talk like the Godfather? Get out of my way.
What I love is that Colleen didn't know it was a cottonmouth.
I did it at first.
Me the picture.
I showed Jay the picture. He was like,
that's a cottonmouth.
It was like,
I've never seen a cottonmouth. I'm glad.
I was on the Neuse River Trail, and I was south of your house, so I was kind of, in Johnson County kind of border area.
Johnson County?
Joko?
Yeah, and I think it was Johnson County, but so I was trying to find
banjos?
Johnson County. I was trying to find geocache under a bridge, and I stepped on some
Were they all
rocks.
watching Dukes of Hazzard?
Damn Duke boys in trouble.
Get them Duke boys.
Anyway, the snake slithered out, and I screamed really loudly. I was like, "Oh, that's a snake!" And this woman was like,
and the snake went, "Oh my god, it's Colleen!"
I wish. So anyway,
I hate Boston Rob too.
I was like,
"Can you believe they had to waste those 2 minutes?"
I'm on Team Taylor Swift. I'm a snake, but anyway. So. Anyway, I was like, okay, it's not a copperhead. I'm probably fine, but I took a picture anyway, and it was staring at me. So
that snake is deadlier than a copperhead.
I know it is. I looked that up. But it was staring at me, so I couldn't walk around. So I climbed the side of the rusty bridge and probably risked getting tetanus. But thankfully, I had my DTaP shot while I was pregnant, so I'm still good.
You see what I was saying about the whole, a 3-minute video of Rob? This is a lot quicker.
But I was also...
Please,
didn't realize. And I've been scared of snakes ever since for the last 2 weeks. And I was on a pretty good streak of 2 years not being too afraid of them because we've got the snake that lives in our house. Not in our house, but in our garage. And okay, Jay is timing me, so I'm done.
Keep going,
okay, let's go to commercial break and then get into some listener feedback.
For some more of this. Here we go. Before we go to listener feedback.
You married me for 9 years, baby.
Somebody give me an award. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Listener feedback. All right, it's listener feedback time. Time to hear what you all thought about this episode.
You all, everybody.
Colleen, take it away.
All right, our first email is from Desiree.
Desiree?
Yeah, Des. We haven't heard from Des in a while. Well, not on this show. We've heard from Des on the broadcast.
I thought we blocked anything from Florida.
That is true. They're not quarantining these days.
All right. Anyway, this email is from last week, so it's feedback for last week's show. Okay. Hello, Colleen, Jay, and Jack. This is the first time I'm able to listen along to you guys while watching the show. We usually binge the season long after it's over, but I did not want to get spoiled on this season full of favorite players, so we're watching live.
Nice.
Over the air with an antenna, and boy, does it suck. I will not be doing this again. Anyway, I
will recommend, Des, just on that note, there is a website that you can go to that'll show you where to position. Maybe you're already using it that hasn't worked, so if that's the case, I'm sorry if I'm being redundant here. But there is a website that'll show you where you want to angle your antenna, and they'll show you where those network stations are, so that way you know where to put it, and hopefully have a clear on it.
You aim it towards Florida, man. Right?
Text me, Des, and I will have Jay send you the website.
You can just Google it, but yeah, sure, we can send you a link as well.
It's like the nice, good citizen thing to do.
Sure.
We're all in this together, Jay.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We are.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Anyways.
That's what CBS keeps telling us.
Yeah.
Every
advertisement is telling me, yeah, we're all in this together.
All right, anyway.
All these rich people and rich companies are telling me.
Desiree is really enjoying this season. All those rich people that have 10 of whom have made literally $50 billion over the last 6 weeks.
Walmart, Amazon's like, we're here for Joe six-pack and blah, 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 blah. I was like, Bezos, you're making even more money now. You're making $1 bajillion a day. Screw you.
And you're finding the ones that are complaining. Yeah. So how about you, GFY?
You see the meme of the celebrity? It says celebrity got their yachts together. And
we're in this together with the yachts. Yeah.
I thought that was a DeVos family yacht club.
It was, any of them.
All right. Anyway, Desiree says, I'm really enjoying this season. So many favorite players. Parvati is my all-time favorite. Most of these
you and Nick.
Most of these players are favorites. I would agree. And then there's Nick. I keep rooting for the players, but there's so many I like that I'm not too upset when somebody I really like gets voted out. I'm just really enjoying watching this season and seeing where it goes. I'm also really enjoying listening to you guys. Colleen is the best email reader. Too bad she gets interrupted constantly. Thank you, Desiree.
Des, stop interrupting her with your emails.
Yeah, exactly.
Men. Also, I would totes buy Colleen's book. There was talk of writing a book before, and it never happened. Sad face.
Wait, Colleen's writing a book?
I was at one point.
Also, first
several years ago.
Last week she was joining a dating site.
Yep, that's it.
And now she's writing a book. God. Are you writing a book on how to be successful on the dating site?
Okay, so you know something? You guys in your fake news, Shandy texted me.
Fake news? You said
fake
it.
News?
No, after she listened to this episode, Shandy messaged me and was like, "Oh my god, the dating app thing was so funny. I can't believe you actually have that downloaded to your phone." And I was like, "I don't. I don't have it on my phone."
Not my phone.
No, I've literally never downloaded a dating.
She has it on her burner phone. So come on, she's not our first timer here.
She's watched enough Breaking Bad. She knows.
Yeah. You gotta be able to dispose that shit. Anyway, I really don't have much to say about this season right now. I just want to let you guys know that I am listening. Love you guys. Love the show. Des, we love you too. And I feel like you had originally said that you were going to try to come back to Raleigh for the meetup this year, which was supposed to be happening 4 days from now. And I'm really sad if that was the case.
4 days.
Weren't able to
2
go.
days.
2 days?
Yeah, it'd be this weekend.
Friday.
Oh my god, that's right. Today's Wednesday. It would have been Friday. Oh, I'm really sad about this. Like, that is, you know how like
think about how I feel. I was going to be able to play Fireball Island this weekend, and now I have nobody to play with.
I was going to play Carrie.
I was 60 on May 1st, and there's nothing we can do.
That's right. We were like, maybe we can do the drive-through surprise thing, and then we're like, oh no, they live in a court. We can't do that.
We'll get stuck. I may drive by and see Mom. I might go see her on Friday.
Well, we're gonna get some conkeys.
Don't tell her. Maybe I'll surprise her.
We did the conky takeout for our anniversary tonight, and honestly, by the time it got home, it was not. It was cold. It wasn't.
She wants to go eat it at some park around there. She goes, "Can we go to a park?" I go, "I don't know. I don't know what the rules are." She knows there's a park around there.
It's a. We did today. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
It wasn't great. It was
but
cold.
You can heat up conkeys and it's not bad.
Conky.
Cankeys.
Cankeys.
I don't know. Like I said, all four of us.
She wants
like,
the red velvet cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, the Cheesecake Factory line for takeout for curbside takeout was, and we got there at 5:15. It was like 7 or 8 cars deep.
Even the line of stupid cheesecake is long when there's a freaking pandemic.
We were like, why are there so many cars?
There's like different drive-throughs or drive-ups.
Well, we're going to do lunch, so we're thinking about doing a lunch.
It doesn't matter.
Lunch might be better. Lunch might be better.
It was 5:00 on a Wednesday.
That's true. It was 5:15.
I know Starbucks today. Let's just complain about a line when everything's going on.
I know.
But Starbucks, your mom wanted Starbucks. I'm not complaining
about being in the line.
We
I was
were
just
in our
like,
car.
who the hell? Like, I don't understand the appeal of Cheesecake Factory aside from the cheesecake, where there was maybe 10
honestly
cars
though, maybe their theory. First of all, maybe April 29th is a very popular wedding date. And people wanted cheesecake. But maybe more likely they were like, Wednesday is a better takeout day than Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
It's the cheesecake thing when it's always a 2-hour wait. I don't get it.
That was the joke. Like, it's always a 2-hour wait at Cheesecake Factory.
Well, the Starbucks line today, because I went because it's your mom's birthday week. She goes, I want Starbucks. I go, all right, I'll go. Because I'm not a Starbucks guy.
Oh, you're not?
I've
really?
heard that before.
No way! I thought you loved coffee.
I don't quit.
That's not a thing.
I'm not a Starbucks guy. I mean, I got a drink, but that's okay. But the line was into the Walmart
serve beer
parking. Now. The line for Starbucks was in the Walmart parking lot.
Ramen veranda blend.
Dang,
that's crazy.
I was like, I said, this is going to be a while, and the person in front of me was practicing the 6 feet. I go, you're
good.
in the car.
In their car?
You don't have to be 6 feet away. Literally, they were blocking, and then they got in the middle of the road and blocking people from going on. But anyway.
We're pulling a Colleen here. Let's stay on topic.
Yeah, let's stay on topic because people just
Colleen,
stop listening.
Can you finish these emails?
Yeah, geez.
All right, next email's from Mandy.
Mandy! We got about 20 minutes? 20 minutes.
All right, Mandy says, as Sarah said, the whispers are ridiculous, but at least we have subtitles. We
found out what the whispers were.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't mind it because
they were the smoke monster.
They were Michael.
Michael, dumbest reveal ever. Biggest letdown on Lost.
Because he whispers Walt now. Walt.
Stupidest thing ever.
That's my son.
I'm on record saying that was dumb and I hated it. Okay, it was stupid.
Maybe that's why I didn't want to talk to us, because you knew how dumb his role was going to be in the final season.
Maybe. Yeah. No, I think he was just full of himself.
Woo! Fire!
To be fair, he didn't talk to us twice.
Very true. We're talking about...
It's people get it if they get it, they don't if they don't. All right, back to Mandy's thing.
All right.
One more thing, though. I got to say, the look on the person who introduced us to him's face when he gave us the cold shoulder was like one of shock. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
Moving on.
I don't say shock. I would say that he was surprised. Like, oh. Anyway, all right. As Mr. Mandy says.
Well, I still talk to that guy every now and then. He's a sweet soul. Love that guy.
Yeah, we're friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
I like him. He's great. Anyway, Mr. Mandy says that Tony is an excellent strategist. He's never watched his other seasons and only watched half of this season. Well, Mr. Mandy, keep it that way. Don't watch Game Changers. But... you can, right? It was Game Changers? It was Game Changers.
For Tony?
Tony's second season.
Watch
Cagayan. Cagayan is actually one of my favorite seasons. I really
was a great
enjoy
season.
Cagayan.
Like, it was a great season. Like, he won with the final two in a modern.
Himself alive was not a good plan.
No, but it was fun. It was good TV for one episode. Two episodes.
Oh, that was 1.5. Or it was a two double episode.
Yeah, it was a double.
But this season, he's changed his game, and that's why he's still in the game.
Thanks to his wife, who told him to not play like Tony. But I will
Is that all I have to do?
Listen to your wife? Listen to your wife?
No, just say,
listen to your
stop
wife.
being like this.
Yeah, just listen to your wife.
Or can I just tell my tri-state New Yorker to Long Island?
Oh, yeah, by the way, guys, Jay and I were talking about how I would love to play Survivor, and Jay actually said the words, I don't think you'd be very good.
I don't think I said that. I said I don't think you'll go very far. I think that's what I said.
I think you said you'd suck at it. Is that what you said?
And I was like, I would actually be great at it. Thank you very much.
Would you be like Nick?
Nope.
I think you would. I don't know. I said you would suck to try and get you to do it. You know, like trying to be like.
I always said I'd
give it all you got, Captain.
No, that's not what you meant. You meant that I would play a terrible social game and people would be annoyed and want to vote me out. That is actually exactly what you meant.
Yeah, it is.
It is. All right, Mandy's email. Let's finish.
You have a lot of great qualities. Don't get me wrong.
Mandy finishes her email with happy anniversary, Colleen and Jay.
Aw, thank you.
Thanks. Finally, our last email is from Carol.
Carol?
Long-time listener. First time Survivor JJC listener, I think. Did you...
That was his chair, I think. I'm just going to #Fartgate, but I think it was his chair.
Oh, it was my arms on the table.
Well, I think it was, but you should have stuck with the chair thing.
No, I'm serious. Remember yes, I don't care. I would own up to it.
All right, let's get through this. We're almost done. Carol says...
I was going to say, in fairness to Jack, he does have this insanely hot mic that any movement he makes on that desk does pick up.
Oh, I know. I've listened to podcasts with him for 14 years.
Yeah, it is. It didn't sound like that. But okay, well, sure. Okay, moving on.
All right, Carol says, I don't know if it's cabin fever, but enough is enough. No more hurdles at Tribal Council. Stick with your vote. Tonight, highlights of tonight. Tony being Tony. His whole perception of what is happening or could happen is comedy gold. Mm-hmm. Thanks for saving Jeremy, and it's time for Ben to go home. I think we all agree about that one.
Jeez, Ben.
But he has that idol, so...
He does have an idol now.
I'm sure they could get it out of him easy.
No, that one's pretty easy. He knew how to play idols the first time around, but you're in the big leagues now, Ben.
Yeah,
just kidding.
That idol was really hidden, too, that one been found. it was like, oh my God, let's move this leaf. Hey, there it is.
It's called a Ben idol.
It's called a Ben idol. Yes, I was going to say the same thing. Oh.
But can I just say, it must not come into play whatsoever because he didn't get his like glorious like talking head and all this stuff about how he found it and everything. It was just about how he totally futzed it.
Yeah, I was like, so why are you trying to hide the idol that you literally found while I was looking at you, bro? Did you think I wasn't going to notice you pulling something from behind the leaf?
It's always just very like hero edit kind of thing, even if they don't amount to anything. But finding that out, they usually get a nice little hero edit for finding out. This is the first one I can remember in recent memory. It was just like a dodo edit idol find.
You're right. Oh my God.
So kudos to you, Ben.
I did not even realize that. Oh, I've trained you so well. All right, continue on. Carol says, not a good challenge for the Edge. That was dangerous. After what almost happened to Ethan last time, I can't believe they would put him through that again. Plus, with a tide and slippery rocks, it wasn't safe, but I loved listening to Adam's commentary. I think we agree about all that.
Oh, yeah.
This is hard.
No, honestly, like...
It is hard.
It is super hard.
I think I would be the Adam in that situation, no doubt.
We saw everyone.
Be the Adam.
Zach would be the Adam, let's be honest here.
Yeah, Zach would be
I think that for our next Survivor JJC, we're going to have to show him both challenges because... Yeah, he's got everything he loves, like people getting boo-boos and hurting, getting blood, and people playing for food, and he loves both of those things. So
yeah, he'd drop a challenge for some peanut butter.
Oh my God, he would be like, no, a minute in, he'd be Ben. He'd be like, "Is there a snack after this?
Can I have a snack?
Can I have a snack? I want a snack really badly."
I want a cookie.
No, literally, he gets in the car and he will
have a snack that he's eating and be like, "Can I have a snack?"
I'm like, no, you're holding a pack of goldfish.
Well, yeah, but after I'm done with this one,
I'm starving.
Who did he take after? Who does he take after?
Jay, not me. Not me. Yeah, I was like, I don't snack. I don't really snack.
Listen, me saying Colleen wouldn't do well in Survivor, I won't even go on Survivor. So, like, I'm below Colleen on that.
Yeah, I would do good. I honestly, I didn't get to. I had a whole bunch of meetings today, and I was not responsible enough to eat before they started. So I didn't eat until like 12:30 for the first time today. I had like 6 cups of coffee in the meantime, but like I could do the no food thing. Maybe not the no caffeine thing, but I could do the no food thing.
You're great to hang around after 6 cups of coffee. Anyways, Carol, thank you for the email.
She's not done.
Oh.
She says, so far, this is my favorite season of Survivor, but if Ben wins, it drops down. Listen,
no
Carol, Ben's not winning.
Don't worry.
We've had every single person talk about how Ben is bugging them. He's not winning. I like Ben, but he's not going to win.
Yeah, nothing wrong with, like, as a person, Ben, you're cool.
Like I said, completely different how, from the season before, his first season, his winning season, he's like, oh, I love Ben. He's getting these idols. Now it's like, I can't stand him.
Well, it's not so much that you can't. Yeah, well, we liked him his first season.
It's a great story. It's a great story.
But they didn't make the people that he was at the Final Four with as likable, right? Mm-hmm. Like, they didn't. It was Chrissy, Ryan, and who did he beat in the fire making challenge? It was like, it wasn't that he was with anybody that they edited around to make us like them. So I don't know if there's more to discuss there, but like we all liked Ben for a reason. It was because we were, presented.
It had a beautiful story. It was a great story.
Coming
back,
I don't think it was fair in the fire challenge. They gave him lighter fluid.
Yeah, right.
I don't think that was fair either. But.
They were like, "Fine, the idol under your pillow didn't work. Here's some lighter fluid."
Going to be in a little vial, just holding your hand like this.
Yeah, squirt it out of your buff. Make sure you wear your buffer on your wrist. Carol finishes up. Has anybody noticed that all the people on the publicity tour before the season began were from the Edge? Yes. I did. I said that to Jay. Yeah. They probably wanted to give them more screen time. Who do you think is getting off the Edge? Who has the Edge edit? Thanks for making me laugh all season. Love the podcast, Carol. I said that to Jay before the first episode. I was like, all of these people are on everybody's Instagram. So were they like a pre-jury trip kind of thing? Before I realized it was like Edge of Extinction. They weren't. But like, and I said that to Jay, and almost it was like everybody but Wendell. And Wendell was the only one that wasn't like a part of all of that. But yeah, I totally noticed that too.
So is that Wendell was
popular, so...
I think it's either there's a lot of really good players over there. So you got Tyson, Yule, Rob, Wendell,
Natalie,
like
Poverty.
Like there's it's a lot of good players.
And Sophie could get back in. So
yeah, Sophie played well. I mean,
Sophie has the advantage that she only just got there.
Yeah, so she's more rested. And so yeah, I think
word is they've had they've had the challenges, the advantage challenges, the reward challenges. I couldn't think of the word. Rumor is they've had the reward challenges, but they haven't been showing them. So we don't even know who has the advantage of having that extra fuel. It could have been Sophie. It could have been anyone.
Indeed. Well,
Yeah.
Carol, thank you for your email.
Thanks, Carol. First time emailer, long time listener.
Email us more.
Yeah.
If anybody else would like to send us an email, you can do so by sending it to survivorjjc@gmail.com.
All right. Now it is time to tally the votes for our preseason picks. Where do we put Kim? Let's see. Kim.
I think I gave her the...
I think both Jack and Colleen said pre-merge.
Did I really?
Yeah. I'm the only one that is pro-female on this show, and I said merge. I said she was at least going to get
she gave all her tokens to women.
She did.
She's always, and she was the first person to... Well,
she's like me. She
took her first
female.
Final Five. First all-female Final Five, rather.
Yeah. You know what we didn't do last week?
What?
I lost Sophie. I never picked another person.
You had Sophie?
Yeah.
For your winner?
Remember, I lost Wendell, and then I picked Sophie. I need to pick a new winner.
That seems like a you problem.
Yeah. And I'll pick Tony.
No, you can't pick Tony. That's mine. No, I have
He's
Denise.
not your winner's pick. You have Denise.
But I have extra points if Tony wins.
I don't have a
only
winner's
get
pick.
1 point if Tony wins. And Jack gets no points because he's lost all of his people that he chose. Which you picked Rob. That's interesting.
He could still win.
He could. It's possible. All right. And then Jack, you get a point for picking Kim this week.
I'm gonna roll with that.
You are on fire.
You know why? Because Tony's orchestrating the game, and I guess he's being logical.
You're like, who is chaos?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Jack is on a roll, even though his winners' picks have gone nowhere.
If my winners' picks were still in the game, this game would be over.
But I get first pick for who's going home, and I'm going to stick to Ben.
What's the point tally? What's the tally?
We'll do that at the end. Colleen, who do you think's going home?
Next week?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's got to be either Ben or Jeremy at this point. It might be Jeremy's time to just... His golden ticket runs up. Okay. I think that Sophie... I'm sorry, not Sophie. I think that Sarah and Tony... Michelle's obvious.
It's 2 hours. Should we pick 2 people?
That's a good point. It's going to be 2 people.
All right.
It's going to be 2 people. You're right.
All right, then I'm going to go Ben, Jeremy, and then you get 3 points if you get them in the right order. Colleen.
Okay. I'm going to go wishful thinking. Ben, you said Ben, Jeremy in the right order? 2 points extra in the right order. Yeah. All right, well, then I'm going to say it's Jeremy and Nick.
Jeremy and Nick, okay. All right, Jack.
I'm going Denise and Ben.
Ooh.
Ooh, Denise.
All right, so you do have the opportunity to get 2 points, whether they're in order or not. But if you get them in order, it's a possible 3-point win. If you get any one of them right, it's 1 point. The season as it stands right now, Jack is in the lead with 11 tally points. I am in second with 8, and Colleen is in last with 6, but she still has possibly 5 points.
I think Tony's final 3. I don't see how he doesn't get in.
Well, all he has to do is not win immunity once, and everyone turns on him.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, there is nowhere for Tony to hide. I mean, everybody knows Tony is controlling the game. Edge of Extinction knows that Tony is controlling the game right now.
Yep.
So I still would love to see a Tony win just because,
he's been the best player this season. He's been the best player this season.
He's been the best player the last 2 weeks. But it would be, and I guess if you want to consider
he knocked out the best player of the game.
His demographic keeping their S together, quietly minding their own business for the first 10 episodes as playing a good game, then cool. But like, I
worked for Michelle.
It worked for oh.
Hey.
Disagree. Not cool. I think there's a lot of people playing a lot of good games this season, and I really like the fact that we haven't been able to predict the winner from day one.
You're burnt.
I don't think so. I'm going to ignore it because it's best for you guys if we keep going. It is best for you guys if we keep going. I think it's nice that we haven't seen the winner from day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, this kind of been like a story. So
you gotten really mellow and quiet.
No, that's just I made my picks.
All right,
we're winding down.
All right, well, that'll do it for this episode. We'll see you guys next week after our 2-hour episode of Survivor. Give us a call at 385-309-0311.
Calling time.
Also send an email to Westworld, survivorjjc@gmail.com. Join our Facebook group, facebook.com/JJack group. I rumbled that one.
Facebook.com/groups/JNJack group. If you'd like to shop through our Amazon affiliates link,
if you want to give
JNJack.com.
Bezos a few more dollars, go to JNJack.com/Amazon.
All lowercase letters.
And I want to especially thank Tack from Tokyo, Eckhart Ricker, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, Drake the Destroyer, Ed the Creepy Mailman, and Greg the Gray. Thank you to those as well as all of our patrons. You can become a patron by going over to JNJack.com and click on the Become a Patron link today. That'll do it for this episode. We'll see you all next time. Hasta luego, and goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Peace out.
Bye.